tension today. Philippines won't be intimidated, but won't start war amid row with China. President Marcos says he is in favor of peaceful resolution, but refuses to be intimidated after a Navy clash with China. Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has said his country is not in the business of instigating wars but will not be intimidated by anyone after a violent clash between the Philippine Navy and the China Coast Guard in the South China Sea. In defending the nation, we stay true to our Filipino nature that we would like to settle all these issues peacefully, Marcos said in a speech during a Sunday visit to the headquarters of the Philippine South China Sea Forces on Palawan Island. Marcos awarded medals to 80 sailors who took part in the resupply mission, urging them to continue to fulfill your duty of defending the nation even as, he said, the situation has become dangerous. We will never be intimidated or oppressed by anyone, said Marcos, who did not name China in his speech. He pledged to continue to exercise our freedoms and rights in support of our national interest, in accordance with international law. Chinese officials in Manila and Beijing did not immediately comment on Marcos's remarks. The violent clash, which took place Monday off 2nd Thomas Shoal, about 200 kilometers, 120 miles from Palawan, and more than 1,000 kilometers, 621 miles from China's southern Hainan Island, saw Chinese forces injuring members of the Philippines Navy, Filipino Navy, and damaging at least 2 military boats with machetes, axes, and hammers in the disputed South China Sea. A Filipino sailor lost a thumb in the clash, with Manila also accusing the Chinese Coast Guard sailors of stealing or damaging their equipment, including guns and inflatable boats. Beijing insisted its Coast Guard behaved in a professional and restrained way, and blamed Manila for the clash. The incident is the latest and most serious in a series of escalating confrontations between Chinese and Philippine ships in recent months as Beijing steps up its claims to nearly all of the strategically located waterway. The incident led to condemnation and alarm from the United States, the European Union, Japan, Australia, and other Western and Asian nations, while China and the Philippines blamed each other for instigating it, heightening concern that the U.S., which has a mutual defense pact with Manila, may get dragged into the dispute. The Philippine government said it did not consider Monday's clash as an armed attack that would trigger a provision in the treaty for Washington to come to Manila's aid. However, it also said it was concerned Chinese forces would launch a similar attempt to dislodge a small Philippine military garrison on 2nd Thomas Shoal. The territorial disputes, which involve China, the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, Brunei, and Taiwan, have long been seen as a flashpoint that could pit the U.S. against China if high seas confrontations escalate into armed conflict. Washington has repeatedly warned that it is obligated to defend the Philippines, its oldest treaty ally in Asia, if Philippine forces are attacked, including in the South China Sea. Beijing enacted new regulations last week to enforce a 2021 law permitting its Coast Guard to use lethal force against foreign ships in the waters it claims. The Coast Guard can also detain suspected trespassers for up to 60 days without trial. On other media, Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. attempted to de-escalate tensions between Manila and Beijing this Saturday following last week's violent maritime confrontation during a resupply mission to the 2nd Thomas Shoal. Chinese forces last Monday rammed Philippine Navy boats, confiscated rifles and inflatable craft, and attacked sailors with axes and machetes. 5 seamen were treated for injuries, including one who lost a thumb. "We are not in the business of instigating wars," Marcos said at a ceremony awarding medals to soldiers involved in the mission, but added, "We will never be intimidated or oppressed by anyone." Marcos refused to invoke his country's 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty with the US, which condemned China's actions, as did the European Union, Japan, Australia, and other Western and Asian nations. Washington has made it clear to Beijing that the treaty requires it to defend Philippine forces if they are attacked. In what some are calling a concession to China, Marcos also approved a recommendation by the Philippine National Maritime Council to publicize the Navy's schedule for supply runs to the shoal. Executive Secretary Lucas Bersalman suggested that China's lack of prior knowledge about the latest mission may have triggered the confrontation. We'll be watching whether improved communication can keep a lid on Beijing's aggression in the area. The Philippines said Friday it has no plan to invoke its mutual defense treaty with the United States after the Chinese Coast Guard reportedly rammed, boarded, and used machetes and axes to damage 2 Philippine Navy boats in a chaotic face-off that injured Filipino Navy personnel at a disputed shoal in the South China Sea. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s key advisors made the remarks in a televised news conference, squelching speculation that Manila might consider invoking the 1951 treaty to secure U.S. military help after Monday's confrontation at 2nd Thomas Shoal, where the Chinese Coast Guard also seized Philippine Navy rifles. The Philippine military chief condemned the incident, likening it to an act of piracy, and demanded that China return the rifles and pay for the damage. The territorial disputes, which involve China, the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, Brunei, and Taiwan, have long been seen as an Asian flashpoint that could pit the U.S. against China if the high seas confrontations escalate into an armed conflict. Washington has repeatedly warned that it's obligated to help defend the Philippines, its oldest treaty ally in Asia, if Filipino forces, ships, and aircraft come under an armed attack, including in the South China Sea.